The question of what division of continuing ed or extension school might look like in 10 or 15 years is really exciting. It's probably what I live for here at Harvard, to try to understand that and help share it with other schools where it'll help us all together serve the 30 million people that need what we do and don't have access to higher education today. Whenever I try to predict the future, I try to look hard at what Peter Drucker, one of my intellectual mentors, says of focus on what your customers, in our case students, are doing right now, and try to figure out what they're telling you. And that will tell you the trend line. So I'm looking at our students and some of your students right now, and they're telling us something. In Harvard's case, we're looking for a student that cannot come full-time to a program here. That's your best choice if you can do it. So we know we have a part-time learner. We know they're lifelong learners, thinking about their careers 20 years from now and what they need to learn. And we know that they have to be able to control time. They have to be able to shift time. So they're telling us a lot of our future is empowering learners to choose time and place of learning. And they expect from us that we've packaged a curriculum that's meaningful to them. At Harvard, we have another fantastic resource that helps define it, and that's our faculty. We fundamentally said at Harvard that our job is to extend our faculty to this other learning, not to go online. And I purposefully contrast that because when you say you're going online, you're telling faculty you are going to package them for this particular learner in a particular way. And when you tell a faculty member instead, we're going to produce you to serve this learner who has to shift time and place, we take the responsibility on ourselves to help the faculty member do that. So extending Harvard through its faculty is our future. It may not be yours, but I think it informs us for the future, and it tells us that we have to figure it out. And it's not a small future, which is why I find it exhilarating. 80% of all learners today are adult part-time learners, non-traditional in federal terms. So we, as Extension School, get to serve 80% of the market. It's also a really important market because higher ed is starving. At the state level, budgets are being cut, and even at the big private non-for-profit universities, yields on endowments are down, money is tight. And so the idea that you can extend your campus through its mission to another learner is incredibly powerful in terms of your service to your community as well as to your financial. So the future for us is not going online, it's extending faculty. It leads us to really important things. We have to understand our learner and we have to engineer learning outcomes for them. And we have to understand our faculty and we have to be able to produce them for that learner. So we will follow and try to lead who we serve. We must understand as educators that market forces do affect us. And our future will be determined by the willingness of other learners to pay us money for a service we put together that advances them professionally and in their communities. So in summary, our future is defining and serving the knowledge worker. It's a 60-year concept serving them for a 60-year curriculum, and it's on us to engineer their learning outcomes, which is why I talk a lot about learning engineering.